How to overcome social anxiety and indicators that you may have it. You have a job presentation or you're off to a party. You have got it figured out either way. You look wonderful in this attire. Your brain can manage this work more than well. What is causing your sudden jitteriness then? 80% of us will experience social anxiety at some point in our lives, according to the Applied Learning Center in Canada. Dr. Fallon Goodman of George Washington University states, "Among humans, I'd say all of us experience it. However, giving up, sending an apology via text, and withdrawing to our homes will not make us happy." Goodman's findings were published in the Journal of Anxiety Disorders in 2021. It may come as a surprise to learn that individuals with social anxiety still like meeting and engaging with new people. How then can you confront your fears? How can social anxiety manifest itself? Social anxiety is a feeling of anxiety where we worry about what other people are thinking of us, in general. It may happen to you in a million various situations throughout your life, such as your first day of school, walking into a party full of people who all know each other, or right before a significant job presentation. But the same fear is present in every circumstance. We fear that we will ultimately be rejected in some way. Numerous symptoms are also present. Anxiety experts and psychotherapists say that physically it can manifest as a rapid heartbeat, sweating, trembling, blushing, nausea, and difficulty speaking, with extreme cases leading to hyperventilation and fainting. Books like Fix Me by Dr. Walia explore techniques for managing and reducing anxiety. In terms of emotions, people frequently struggle with excessive worry, a deep-seated fear of being judged or embarrassed, a poor opinion of themselves, avoiding social situations, and starting or continuing conversations. Social anxiety disorder symptoms. Psychotherapists claim that experiencing anxiety in social settings is frequent and a normal part of being human. Conversely, social anxiety disorder is a mental health problem that can be diagnosed. Approximately 4% of the world's population now experiences it. It could even be more prevalent in younger people. 36% of the thousands of individuals between the ages of 16 and 29 in 7 different nations who participated in a study published in the journal PLOS ONE matched the criteria for social anxiety disorder. Accordingly, extreme distress or avoidance are frequently the results of these individuals' intense and persistent fear of social situations. Some people avoid significant occasions or events out of a fear of being in public, which can have a negative impact on their well-being, relationships, and daily life. What is the root cause of social anxiety? Although the triggers differ for everyone, it is noted that meeting new people, being the center of attention, taking part in group activities, and doing anything that involves the possibility of being ridiculed or criticized are all typical causes. According to studies, the most often reported persistent social anxiety is public speaking. People with social anxiety struggle with uncertainty. Situations such as work conferences, when you are aware of expectations, tend to be less intimidating than the cocktails that follow, where talks are more casual. It is doubtful that our virtual lives are benefiting us. According to a study that was published in the journal BMC Psychology, social media use and social anxiety rates are correlated. According to Goodman, our social media sites expose us to subjective and sometimes erratic criticism. Those who are vulnerable to social anxiety will find things more difficult as a result of all that uncertainty, the expert warns. Does social anxiety disorder affect me? According to experts, Fear is going to be pervasive if you have social anxiety. There's this nagging fear that you're going to be rejected in some way when you're meeting new people or interacting with friends and co-workers. There are more symptoms as well. Goodman says, "At this moment, if I were experiencing social anxiety, I would be more concerned about myself than you or our conversation. I would be thinking about everything, like, what am I saying? Do I sound foolish? Did I miss that question? And I could have been too preoccupied with taking care of my own worry to connect with you." She goes on to say that looking around the room is another sensation shared by those with the illness. Individuals who suffer from social anxiety disorder frequently look around to see whether somebody is staring at them strangely, making fun of them, or anything worse. If they identify a potential, they may either avoid them like the plague or give them intense attention while being hypervigilant. But what distinguishes those who suffer from social anxiety disorder from those of us who get periodic panic attacks before a party? It is their ongoing conviction that they are inherently and peculiarly wrong. The belief that they are flawed in some way, not funny enough, interesting enough, or attractive enough, and that when they socialize, other people will notice that flaw and ultimately reject them because of it. Alcohol and social anxiety. While it might be alluring to grab a drink to calm down, caution should be exercised. According to experts, alcohol is an effective way to immediately reduce anxiety. We found that people's social anxiety is lessened when they drink. There is less inhibition, more possibility for social rewards, and greater satisfaction. Sounds good? Not with this delicate balance as the night deepens. Reduce your inhibitions anymore, tip the scales, and you can start acting in ways that really cause people to condemn and even reject you. Exactly the thing that people with social anxiety disorder are most afraid of. Then there's hangxiety the following morning, which is a risk for many drinkers but a torment for those who are socially awkward. People with social anxiety, even when they don't drink, frequently go through what they said the night before, why they said it, and how embarrassing it was. Alcohol makes memories fuzzier, which exacerbates ruminating. How prolonged alcohol use may make anxiety worse. It's critical to understand that relying on alcohol only masks the underlying fears and inhibits personal growth. In fact, the most crucial step in permanently treating social anxiety is giving up safety behaviors like reaching for a drink on a regular basis. Anything a person does in a scenario to feel a little less worried is a safety behavior. Examples of these behaviors include consuming alcohol, avoiding eye contact, and checking of phones to disconnect. Depending on them could help you get through the party temporarily, but it will not allow you to completely participate. So, it's possible that you're just sustaining your anxiety over time. Drugs for social anxiety. Talking therapy and medication are available, frequently in combination, if you do decide to seek professional treatment. While the Royal College of Psychiatrists emphasizes that a class of antidepressants known as selective serotonin reuptake inhibitors, SSRIs, can be especially helpful, cognitive behavioral therapy is linked to clinically meaningful benefits. Exposure, that is, methodically and cautiously entering social settings that make you uncomfortable, is essential. Social skills training can also be beneficial, as individuals with social anxiety may have shunned the environments where these abilities are often learned and used. It might be as easy as practicing eye contact, especially with teens. So that's a really important component of therapy, she says. She has found that group treatment frequently has an impact as well. You might think that you are the only one with this basic weakness, or that other people will hate or be repulsed by you. Then you realize that this is how everyone else in the room is feeling. Even if it hurts a lot, there is now a sharing of the burden. Techniques for overcoming social anxiety without alcohol. Are you concerned that social anxiety is hampering your life? It is best to visit your doctor. They can recommend medications or talking therapy. However, there are other things that people can do for themselves. Before, during, and after an event, there are strategies that may be employed. The best course of action is to set yourself an achievable goal before the situation arises. Give it a tangible form. You want to discuss an idea with someone, chat to a single individual, or simply have a quick conversation with 4 strangers. Decide on that objective. Developing your departure strategy is something else you should do before you go. Tackling your social anxiety doesn't have to be an endurance test. It is crucial to learn how to control your nervousness by gradual exposure to social circumstances. Thus, it is crucial to stay in the scenario. Nonetheless, planning your getaway when the time comes can help you reduce your anxiety. All it takes is a phone call. Remain composed while you prepare. To calm your nerves and alleviate anxiety, practice deep breathing and relaxation. You can maintain your composure during social interactions by using techniques like progressive muscle relaxation or diaphragmatic breathing. 2023 research revealed that students' social anxiety was decreased using mindfulness applications. In advance of the event, you may also practice breaking through your negative thinking patterns as they emerge. Replace them with more positive and constructive alternatives. Ask yourself, what if everything goes well for me? Instead of, why does everything go poorly for me? This change in viewpoint actively dispels unfavorable ideas and fosters an empowered, upbeat mentality that increases confidence and self-worth. Positive self-talk is fostered by asking uplifting questions or offering affirmations, which promote resilience and a development mentality. You may rewire your thought patterns, reduce social anxiety, and start a journey of personal development by repeatedly repeating these empowering statements. Start with little get-togethers and accepting invites if you find yourself declining invitations frequently. Over time, this progressive exposure approach helps you become less sensitive to triggers of social anxiety and increases your confidence in social situations related to your work. Regard the future with realism. Be prepared for things to go badly. This is simply pragmatism, not defeatism, and it affects everyone. Eventually, one of your jokes will go flat, or you will forget what you were going to say. This can feel like the end of the world, and for those who are socially anxious, it usually means the end of the party. But it is important to stay and acknowledge that life moves on. Reach for a line that you will tell yourself repeatedly, like a mantra, under these circumstances. You've got this, or stick with it, might be all that is needed. A wingman or lady is a helpful ally. Ask for assistance from dependable friends or family members who can offer motivation and help you create and implement your coping mechanisms. Occasionally, though, the true torment starts when the socially awkward people go back over their party memories, searching for proof that they have disgraced themselves. Take whatever action you can to stop the rumination. A little diversion is beneficial. It might be work, TV, or knitting. Anything that acts as a little buffer between the revelry and the moping. Journaling or taking notes after attending a social event that made you anxious can help you look back and do the math. I socialized 5, 10, or 20 times this month. How often did my darkest dread materialize? You will begin to rediscover that all your anxieties that keep you from interacting with people are pointless because they are extremely unlikely to occur. Lastly, make your overall well-being a top priority. A well-balanced diet, regular exercise, and plenty of sleep all contribute significantly to improving your mood and lowering anxiety,
which in turn boosts your confidence for social interactions.